Next up is our friend Candace J. And Candace is using her paint today as an antiquing. Now, Candace does a lot of clay work and ceramic work like Heidi does.
Oh, I can't even compare it to her ceramic work.
So as you're watching her demonstration, I want you to keep in mind that she actually sells these hearts unfinished so that you can recreate this technique. I'm delighted to welcome our creative friend and creative sister, Candace Jedrowicz.
Thanks, Tiffany. It's always a pleasure to be here. Welcome back to my studio, everyone. Today I'm working on a ceramic heart that has a texture stamped into it, and I'm going to color it with crayons. Yeah, that's right, crayons. And then there's going to be some painting, and then there's going to be some colored pencils. Wait till you see. It's going to be cool. This is a fun project that you can do with your kids, as well as making yourself some jewelry. These are low-fire ceramic, so they're earthenware hearts that I cut out, and I stamped shapes in them. And the idea is to color all of the sticky-uppy areas and leave the recessed areas for paint. You don't have to get full coverage. As a matter of fact, it's more dramatic if you don't have full coverage because the paint really makes a difference. And I put together some colors that I like. I love turquoise and red together. That's what I'm doing here. And then I've got kind of a violet and lime green with a little bit of pink in it, and pink and orange. And even though you can't really tell the color difference here, wait till it's painted. It's going to be gorgeous. You don't have to paint the outer edges if you don't want to. I mean, color them. And I will have some of these hearts available in the Cool to Craft Marketplace if you're interested in trying them. Okay, I think we're ready for paint. Paint is a little bit of a mess, so be careful to have something covering your surface. And what paintbrush do I want to use? I think I want to use this one. I'm using a full strength acrylic brown. And I'm going to paint into all of the recesses. So basically I'm covering all of it because I want to be able to wipe off the top layer, which resists the paint because it's crayon. That's why this is called wax resist. Now I'm going to take a wet sponge that's more damp than wet, really. You don't want it to wipe off everything. Too much water is going to water down your brown paint, and you don't want that. So you could even use a paper towel, and I'll show you how that looks in a second. You should not leave the paint on to dry. You should go back to wipe it off right away. You can just kind of sandwich this in here. And wipe it off. Isn't that lovely? Oh, I just love those colors together. And one more. This is a really cool finish for any kind of ceramics. And the benefit is it doesn't have to be fired. It's not a glaze. But you can do some really awesome looking things with it. Ooh, nice. Now those will dry, and then they're going to go into the oven at, let's see, 350. But go ahead and put them on aluminum foil in your oven before you turn it on. And then set it for 350 and set your timer for 20 minutes. And that's enough to completely dry the paint out and burn off the wax, because there's more fun to come. Here you can see I've taken things a little further. I used colored pencils to punch up the color on the hearts after I melted the wax off. And now I'm going to show you how I did that on this one, and then I'll show you how I wire it. The surface on both of these is a clear glossy sealer. So with this one I have the red, and the colored pencil just, I like to do it on its side. I don't want to get any down inside of the grooves. I want those to stay the dark brown. But I can punch it up by just darkening it around the edges. Let's try a little of the turquoise. And you can brighten that up. Oh, that's lovely. And take it out onto some of the edges. And you can also do some things to the back. Here I've stamped the word create. And I just love the way that looks. But you can draw on the back. You can leave it smooth if you want. Whatever it is your desire to have. All right, so that will just get some clear sealer on both sides, and let me show you how I finish the pendant. I've already made a lovely little dangle for it with a flower bead, and this will go on top. To attach the dangle, I'm going to use maybe 3 fingers of wire, and this is a 20 gauge wire. Now I'm going to make a little swirl on one end. Got it started. To make a smooth swirl, you can use a tool to hold the swirl as you turn the wire. Maybe one more. Okay, now I'm going to go through the front. And I'm going to maybe take it right there and flatten that wire out like that. For the top of the pendant, I'm going to cut about that much wire. And I'm going to take just a little, less than half of it, to wrap around this pen cap. And I want that to be tight, so I'm going to squish it down like that. Fold it right over that edge. Now I'm going to bring it around the back. And as I do, I'm crossing it over. Like that. And now I'm going to wrap it around. So I'm going to slide that off. Cut the excess wire off. And that's the front of the pendant. So I'm gonna, oh, I want this little barrel bead on there. Little, it's not very little. And I'm gonna slide through the front, keeping in mind where the front of the pendant is. Oh, that wire's still sticking out. I better get that a little more. That's a little better. Okay, I have my barrel bead on. I'm going to go front to back with the wire. I think I am. There's the hole. Okay, this is how I'm going to position the pendant, but I need to turn it around because the crossed part is showing, and I don't want that. That's how it's going to look, like that. Now I'm going to bring the tail of the wire up and wrap it around. I'm going to wrap it around one more time and cut the excess off. And I will tuck that little wire in, and there you have a heart pendant. So cute. I just love how easy the wax resist on ceramic is. But more than that, I love the finish. The layering of the colors of the crayons and then the paint and then the colored pencil. It's a rich, exquisite finish. I hope you enjoyed the project. I hope that you're inspired to try wax resist, and that if you do, I get to see it. You can always email me, Candace@cool2craft.com, with a photo and a story about what you liked about it, what you didn't like about it. I want to know everything. Thanks for watching. Thanks for having me, Tiffany. Back to you.